Let's talk about the SIM swap attack, otherwise known as the SIM hijacking attack. And this kind of attack basically involves the SIM card of the intended victim, where the attackers will try to gain control over the SIM card. And the reason why this is an attractive target for the attackers is because most people that involve or try to enable two-factor authentication, they typically would have their mobile device involved in that authentication. So in addition to providing their password before they can log into the social media accounts or the bank accounts, they'll request for a PIN or authorization code to be sent to their mobile device, which they will then have to provide before they are able to complete the login. So the SIM card becomes a very attractive target because if the attackers can gain control of that SIM card, they will be able to intercept any two-factor authentication codes that come through. So what exactly would be the process like? Well, first of all, the attackers will have to find out as much information as they can about their intended victim. So they might need to know things like where the victim was born, the name of their favorite pet, things like that, because in step 2, where they will call the carrier of the SIM card belonging to the victim, very likely, of course, before they can do anything, they will need to answer security questions, which the customer representative from the carrier will ask them. So the more the attackers know about their intended victim, the more likely they will be able to convince the operator that they are who they claim to be. So they will call the carrier saying, oh, I've lost my SIM card, and I'm having trouble. Can you please transfer my SIM card details to my new phone number, something like that. And once the operator is convinced, the carrier is convinced, they will then simply transfer the victim's number to the attacker's SIM card. And of course, once the attackers have control over that SIM card, they might be able to take over the social media accounts because they will be able to reset passwords. They might be able to intercept two-factor authentication codes, drain accounts, and things like that. So it can be very, very dangerous when these attackers are able to gain control of the victim's SIM card or the victim's number, and they're then able to use that to gain control over the accounts belonging to the victim. And in fact, back in 2019, the then CEO of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, his Twitter account was actually taken over by attackers who then used the account to make all sorts of fraudulent tweets. And they were able to do this through the SIM swap attack. So obvious question right now would be, how can we prevent ourselves from falling victim to this kind of attack? Well, there's two main things you could do. First of all, instead of using the SMS-based two-factor authentication method, you could switch to using an authenticator app instead. I do believe Google has a very powerful authentication app, so I would highly recommend you switch from SMS to using an authentication app. Or if you still want to use your phone in the two-factor authentication, then you could enable some sort of a PIN or code with your carrier. So basically, in order to identify who you are when you call the carrier or operator, you'll need to provide this PIN number. So I would highly recommend that you actually go ahead and enable the use of PIN numbers or codes or whatever with your carrier. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next class.